Welcome to Cody in the Cinema. Today, I'm doing an end of the year wrap up for 2024 concerning my journey with movies, what I learned, and in this case, what I learned in my first year or so as being a content creator, and just some observations that I thought might be kind of helpful for some of you, especially since a lot of what I'm going to say has to do with transition. I started this channel in April, and I knew I was very likely going to change jobs soon after that. So I changed jobs and I ended up moving into a house, and it meant changing schools and all, just so much transition and so much hectic everything. And as a result of that, and as a result of being a content creator concerning movies, I think all of that together kind of made this my year for slow cinema. And I really have enjoyed my experience with slow cinema. This is the year that I finished Andrei Tarkovsky's filmography, and I did a whole video ranking these just for fun. And I picked up my copy of Nostalgia here because I felt so much nostalgia all the time this year. When you move a lot, a film like this might really hit you. But just slowing down with a movie, not being super concerned with the pacing, it's like an anecdote to moves and lots of stress. But did anyone of you feel that way? I don't know. This is my first year that I ever saw Béla Tarr. I've seen Werckmeister Harmonies, Satan Tango, did videos on those. Loved them. And I mean, this is the first time that I sat down to 7.5 hours of Satan Tango, and I loved it. And I think in the past, especially when I was younger, I felt like I had to watch like really intense movies that were just constant, something's happening, like go, 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 fast. And I still love movies like that. But this year, I've really slowed down because, like I said, life has sort of made me want to do that. And the fact that I'm like, well, if I'm going to make videos about movies, I should probably watch some of these kind of movies. And now it's like my favorite genre is slow cinema. It's crazy. This was the first year that I got into Chantal Akerman, Jeanne de Meung. I think this was my first year watching that particular masterpiece, video on that. It was a lot of fun to talk about that. You know, the woman who slowly loses her mind after her carefully constructed world starts to fall apart, and 2 or 3 other films. I mean, this is a great Criterion collection. And I finally found a great love here for Goodbye Dragon Inn, a film that, again, is like kind of peak slow cinema about this dying movie theater that I don't know if the message of that film would have really hit me the same, except for all these circumstances of change that can be sometimes be kind of chaotic. And there's a real comfort to slow cinema I've learned this year. You know, I've spent so much time with it. And on that note, something else that I've really learned doing this year, my first few months creating YouTube videos, like there's some good content creators out there, and they're supportive of each other and of the greater community, and it's really cool to see. You know, I have people that I go to sometimes daily, and I'll look up like what steelbook did they get that day, or, you know, what did they have to say about this film or that film. I'll learn about a film I never knew of before, and it's really cool how that exists. I mean, whenever I was first getting into movies, like the best I could do was try to go on like Rotten Tomatoes or something and pick out some movies. And now we just have what I think is like the golden time to be alive for movies specifically, because you can stream if you have to, or hopefully physical media if you can, depending on the circumstance. But you can have access to all these great films. Like I have a Region B player now that I can watch Béla Tarr, and I can switch it back to Region A and watch Fargo. I was watching Fargo with my wife the other day, and that's just so cool to me that we have that kind of access. And I see people in this community on YouTube or different other places celebrate and love film the way I do, because if you're like me, you've had plenty of times where you feel like the only guy in the room or person in the room who has ever even heard of a director like this. And that's been really cool. I feel like I've learned a lot, watching other people talk about movies and share their love of movies. So I just appreciate that a lot. That's been a big part of my film journey this year. So if you don't necessarily think of YouTube as being a great place to learn about movies, that's just incorrect. There are tons of people out here that do that. So I just kind of wanted to give a shout out to them, to the creators on this site, because that's been a big part of my movie journey as well. So the year of slow cinema, what I would wrap up and say is this: life is moving fast. Attention spans are short. What's the expression from William Yeats? The sinner cannot hold. Take some time. Slow down. Enjoy a good movie. Enjoy Satan Tango. Have fun with it. Make someone watch it. Maybe they'll like it. I don't know. Those are just some of my thoughts, kind of unscripted, sort of a raw response to my year with movies. What are some of the things you've learned about movies this year that you think, this is a movie I saw like this year that I really appreciated? Let me know in the comments below if you found this video at all useful or helpful, or you didn't mind listening to me talk about movies for a little bit at the end of the year there. If you want to click that like button, I would really appreciate it. Consider subscribing if you haven't. I cover lots of different movie-related topics, and we will see you next time, next year, on Cody in the Cinema.